Okay, Meg, Easter, it's coming up. Oh my gosh, do you remember when you guys were little? And Daddy, well, actually, Daddy didn't. The Easter Bunny came and he would put like these like Easter paw prints all over the house, and we had you do all these like fun
like scavenger hunts.
Yes.
Pretty much. They would duct tape the ground, and when we were very little and we didn't know where to kind of find the eggs, but it led us to these really fun baskets, just very themed for Easter with candies and socks and all sorts of fun things.
And then we'd have a really yummy Easter brunch, and we'd always have some fun dessert.
And so for this dessert, we thought it'd be really fun to make a coconut cream pie
With jelly beans on top. Because it's fun and it's colorful.
You can tell she's very excited about this because we have found 2 ways of making this, which is really fun. So to get started, I'm going to, well, she's cracking eggs because you need 6 just egg yolks. And while she's doing that, I'm gonna take this can of full fat organic coconut milk, and I'm gonna put it in a nice saucepan and let it simmer to bring a bubble, to make it boil.
It doesn't really come to a boil. It kind of comes to a little bubbles because you don't want to bring it to a full boil. You want to just get it so it's nice and hot, and then around the edges it gets to be a little, bubbly around the edges. And then there's so many different ways that you can crack eggs, you guys, and you can do this in your hand, or you can do like I've done it and just keep back and forth until there's no more of the white. And then I put all of my egg yolks. Oh my goodness, that happens.
You break them every now and then.
You do your best. If a little bit of white gets in here, it's not the end of the world.
Still good.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna leave the coconut milk on the pan and just kind of forget about it while we work on everything else that's going to be going into the custard, because that's what we're making first. Because you're going to have to make all the custard and then put it in a container to refrigerate for about 2 hours to make it really,
well, it kind of gels.
Like a pudding.
It gels together.
Yeah.
All right. But wait, I have a question, Meg.
Yes.
All these egg whites we're not putting in.
No, and so it's really good. We can save these. There's so many things you can make with the egg whites. We don't like wasting anything. So we could do egg white frittatas, egg white omelets, scrambles breakfast. You can also make other really fun desserts also for Easter or any other brunch that you have going on, like macaroons, and we have a really yummy recipe.
Well, macaroons, and you can actually make them with, you can make meringues.
Yeah, meringues.
You can make the meringue, you can make the meringue topping.
Yes.
You can actually put a meringue
here.
topping on this, but we have a special topping that is really cool.
So what's going in with the 6 egg yolks is a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So we found an organic cornstarch that we really like.
Okay, do you want me to pour it in, and then are you whisking everything together?
Just put it all in together.
Oh, okay.
And then a 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar.
Okay.
And then a pinch of salt. Will you grab me a
pinch of salt?
half a teaspoon, a big pinch. I'm gonna start mixing all of this together. Okay.
All right, so here's
Perfect. Adding a little
salt.
Yes. And so we are waiting for the coconut milk to kind of bubble around the edges, and then we're gonna add it into here, whisk it all together, and then put it back onto the stove and bring it to a boil and whisk it until it gets thick.
Okay, well, it looks like we got some bubbles going, Meg.
Perfect.
Does that look like it's
so
good?
Then are the edges bubbling?
Edges are pretty bubbly.
Yeah, it looks good. So we're gonna pour it on into here. So while you're pouring it, I'm gonna stir. Yeah, just pour it on in. And I've done this by myself using 2 hands, and it's fine. What happens is you're just gonna kind of, it'll all glop in, and you're just gonna mix it all together. Gotta make do if you're doing it solo. But it's always nice having somebody
This is pretty
helping.
awesome. Custard is one of those things, Meg, that I think a lot of people, they get a little nervous about,
Well, it sounds intimidating. It sounds really intimidating, but this is it. So the pot is still, we're gonna use the same pot. It's heating on low, and we're gonna pour this back into
the pot.
Yep. And then my mom's just gonna stay over there whisking it. And you're gonna keep whisking in there slowly Just very gently.
I'm gonna just grab all of it. Make sure I have every last morsel.
Nothing gets left behind.
No.
And so while she's whisking that, I am going to get the crust together. So she's just gonna keep whisking on over there. And so for the pie crust, we're gonna bake this. So our oven's been preheating at 350 to 400 degrees, depending on your oven. And we are gonna cook the bottom crust because what we did is we ground up these Pamela's shortbread cookies in a little food processor and made them into nice little crumbs. And we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of melted coconut oil to this and kind of just give it like a nice, kind of keep it all together. So I'm doing
it holds it together really nicely.
Perfect, yeah. So we're just gonna mix it all up. Get it a nice coated, everything has a little bit of oil. So we have about 1.5 cups of the cookies ground up.
And you used, Meg, the whole box to grind it up?
It's 1 full box of the Pamela's cookies mix. And I'm gonna do just a little bit more, not a full tablespoon more of.
Because your whole goal is to get it to just stick together, yeah?
Yeah, that's why we're putting the coconut oil in.
Okay, good.
So now I'm just gonna put it all on the bottom of the pie dish. And spread it out evenly.
Get your hands in there, Megs. I like to use my hands when I'm baking.
You can. And I guess I will. And then this can also help you, you'll know how, you can feel like the oiliness of it to see if you want to add a little bit more in here or a little less. Yeah, but so this is good. So we're just gonna nicely,
and we don't care on this one, this is just for a base. We don't care that it's up on the edges or anything like that.
Yeah, it's very similar to our lemon pie crust. So it's nice, everything's nice stuck in here, it's not going anywhere. So I'm gonna go put it in the oven at 400 degrees and let it bake. Perfect, so the custard is done and you can see because it's that really nice thick consistency where it's kind of sticking together.
And it's really glistening and it's wonderful.
Perfect, so you wanna...
I'm gonna let you grab it.
Yes, and now I'm gonna put it into a oven or a hot, safe little bowl, clear glass bowl. Glass is perfect for putting this into the fridge, and we're gonna refrigerate it and let it get nice and cool in there for about 2 hours before you're gonna add in the last ingredients to it.
And I'm gonna let you know that it tastes really good. Just right now. Like I can see adding lemon to this, or you can add so many different flavors to this.
You could put this in a dish in its own and like serve this with ice cream or like a little fresh
Oh my goodness. And you can make rice pudding. There's so many different things.
And you are gonna we're gonna cover this with plastic wrap or whatever you have airtight.
All right, there we go.
You have to do it.
Right.
You have the magic touch of it.
Stretch. And it's nice and taut and into the refrigerator it goes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've had a custard that we've made previously that's been refrigerating for 2 hours. See, looks kind of nice, lighter colored. And so what we're gonna add now is coconut extract, and then we made homemade sweetened coconut shreds, and we're gonna kind of mix it into here before we put it on top of the pie that is baking in the oven.
All right.
So you have a cup of sweetened coconut flakes, and then a little teaspoon or so.
It's about 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon depending of the coconut flavoring.
We're gonna put a little bit more because we really love the coconut flavor. It's coconut cream pie. It has to be very coconutty.
Yeah, well, all these coconut shreds make it very flavorful and coconut rich. The interesting thing about this is that we couldn't find regular organic sweetened coconut shreds or flakes.
So we made them ourselves, and it's really easy to do, which you can get on the full recipe that we're gonna have on our website.
That's right.
I'll show you how to make them.
All ready to go.
Perfect.
All right.
So let's go check on our pie crust and see if it's done.
I'll go check on the pie crust, and then we also have the little individuals, Megs, too, that we're going to show them. We can put those together.
Yes, getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, this is
Just
ready.
excited.
Our pie crust has been cooling, nice and cool. We can touch it. It's perfect. We can go ahead, Meg, and add the filling, the custard, the coconut delicious custard.
Amazing. Yumminess. Oh, I'm gonna kind of try and distribute it all over, like in little globs, and then spread it out. That's my method I'm going for with this. Why don't you tell them what's gonna go on top of this once it's done?
It's so funny, Meg. Everyone does everything differently in the kitchen. Me, I just put it all in and then just spread it all out. Once Megan spreads it all out, then we're gonna top it with some whipped cream. And you know, we like to do things a little dairy-free the majority of time.
Well, and because it's a coconut cream pie.
Yeah, so we have coconut milk, and we also found this amazing new product. It's from So Delicious.
I found it a little bit ago.
Oh my
We just
gosh.
loved it so much.
And it's like cocoa whip. So, you know, you can also make your own coconut whipped cream using this product.
And we have a recipe for that on our website. You can check that out. But this is like
That
a
looks so
convenience. Oh my goodness, this pie.
It's so beautiful. And then when Megan has done doing her beautiful smearing of getting it all smooth,
Nice and even.
that looks gorgeous. Taste it. How's it taste?
I did again.
Is it good? Okay, good. All right, then I'm gonna come over here and put this fabulous cocoa whip topping.
Yes.
And as Grandpa always says, you never have enough
Well, no,
whipped
he says,
cream.
he says whipped cream doesn't count because it's
air.
We're gonna need a little bit more.
Yeah, we do.
Of this. Because you don't want to skimp on this. This is like the bulk of the pie. Is this?
It's all about whipped cream and all the flavor. Oh my goodness, it's so good.
And the coconut really just like the coconut whipped cream is just bringing out, really tying in all the coconutty flavors. It's like just coconuts.
Okay, so what's really fabulous is that this pie does not take very long to put together at all. Once you got the custard going, Meg.
Yeah, it's just the waiting game with this one.
And it's just all pretty, you know? So you could make a meringue
Put a little bit more on there.
using all of the egg whites. You can make meringue on the top, all right? Then you have to bake it again. And this is just so much faster and more efficient and very delicious. And here,
I've tried it.
oh my goodness, it's so good.
I'm all about this. I've been picking and trying the entire time.
So then what we did is we took some coconut flakes and we just
Toasted them
under the broiler for literally like a couple seconds.
Because they will burn if you don't catch them quick.
And then we're just gonna, here, help me Meg, just coat the top with some of these.
And look at how beautiful this is for your Easter. I mean,
This is quite something.
quite something.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we got coconut cream pie.
I love it. So we've made a double batch because another really fun way, let's just put it off to the side.
Okay.
Another really fun way of assembling this pie is by making them in little mini ramekins. So what you see here is our crust that so everything is the exact same measurements, the same amount for the pie crust, and you're gonna bake it again in the oven. But what we have here is little mini ones, which are just so perfectly adorable for Easter. And they're great little one dishes. And we're gonna top these with little jelly beans because it's so perfect for Easter.
Well, and this will make about 5 to 6 of these little individual either ball jar ramekins, pudding cups, and then what I did is I made my own little, what do you call this, like a pastry bag, and all I did was take a regular plastic bag, snip just a tiny bit on the edge, and then you just stuff it with the Cool Whip. Okay, so here, Meg, you wanna put a little more Cool Whip in here for me?
Be happy to.
Okay, I put that in there. And then I'm just gonna use it like a pastry bag. And then I'm gonna just squeeze it like so.
While she's doing that, I'm going to nicely
Oh my goodness.
top all of these with these fun.
And some jelly beans. Put them in the middle.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so fun. Now, I will tell you, for all of us gluten-freers, we're not 100% sure all jelly beans are gluten-free. So definitely read your label and make sure. You know, there's other colorful candies that, you know, we could put on that we know are gluten-free. Like, what are some colorful, those Starbursts? Could you cut up Starbursts and put them on that are gluten-free?
Yeah, you could do that.
Gosh.
I mean, you could even do just colored sprinkles. We'll work
How
on this.
adorable is this?
These are amazing.
All right, can we dig in? I want to
Yes.
eat one.
Let's try.
Okay, I can't even get down to it, but oh my goodness, Dad's gonna freak out. He loves coconut cream.
And honestly, the jelly bean goes really nicely with it. So
What flavor did you get?
I got a strawberry one.
Oh my god,
I'm into
so
it.
good.
So for this full recipe, with both variations, so you can make it for the pies and these little ramekins, go to currygirlskitchen.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, where we're constantly posting other really fun ideas for the holidays and just every day. So we hope that you get to enjoy
Your Easter, all your holidays this spring.
really fun spring treats.
And happy spring.